Hello everyone and welcome back to Real Living, and welcome if you're new. My name's Ashley. In today's video we are doing things a little different again. We are back outside working on the outside of the house. So we've got a lot going on, so come along with me and let's get motivated. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Once felt I'm done with the defense, drove back and climbed over your...
So this week I decided to kind of focus on the outside. This is sort of kind of the beginning of a spring cleaning couple of videos that are coming up. But I wanted to get outside and get started out there because sometimes it can be, a little overwhelming, especially for the outside. But starting off, I needed to go ahead and start plucking some of the weeds out of our little walkway area here. It's really hard to get in here with a weed eater, so I like to go in there by hand because there's usually not too many plants or grass or whatever in this area. So instead of breaking out the weed eater and throwing the rocks all over the place with that, I went ahead and just went in there and plucked everything by hand and then used the blower to kind of get the leaves spread out into the yard because I knew I wanted to rake the yard. So everything that I'm pulling up, I'm just tossing it into the yard because I know I'm going to be raking it up.
Show you that I was a mess. So you were shrugging your shoulders and closed off. That's what I told you. Soon enough, everything started to change. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no
We wanted to get the tent set back up, so I needed to get these chairs cleaned up and out of the way so that I could rake this whole area. This area back here is the worst area to get leaves because this is where most of the trees around our house are. 90% of the rest of the yard is pretty much tree free. I do have a couple in our yard in the back and in the other part of the property, but it's the woods line here where we get a ton of leaves dropping off, so I wanted to rake all of that up and just pretty much get everything on this area done before I started working inside the tent.
back to your old life, not living in the past. We're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying highs. Riding on the dizzying highs. Like nothing could stop us. Sunsets, remember the colors. They were wrong, it was way more than a dream. We climbed up, yeah, over the hillside. So right, we stood there all wide-eyed. You and I, floating on air in my mind. 'Cause there's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying highs. I'm standing on the dizzying highs. Climbing
am putting all of these leaves in a wheelbarrow and I'm taking them across the road to the woods that we have over there and spreading them out in there. I don't like to put them in my burn pit, and I don't like to burn leaves because they don't burn, and when they do, it's just smoke. That's all they produce. They don't really produce any fire or flames, it's all smoke. So I don't put leaves and stuff like that in my burn pit, just wood and sticks and stuff like that.
No going back, there's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying highs. Oh, I'm standing on the dizzying highs. Oh, I'm standing on the dizzying highs. Oh, I'm standing on the dizzying highs. Standing on the dizzying highs. Everything's so much better. Riding high on your river, you and I, we're climbing right up together. Standing on dizzy highs. You make everything so much better. Riding high on your river, you and I, we're climbing right up together. Standing on the dizzying highs.
Now we are moving on to the tent portion of the backyard. The first thing that I needed to do was totally wipe down the chairs and the couch that go inside. I did give them a rough little wipe down when I moved it away from the fire pit, but I wanted to give it another wipe down with a dry cloth and then come back over it with some cleaner just to get all of the pollen and as much of the dirt and everything that I built up on it, get it off of there so that I can get it into the tent and it's not going to drag in and track in a whole bunch of dirt. So getting that cleaned is pretty much priority. I did have the cushion covers in the washer and dryer, so you'll see me put those on as well. But now that the weather has been so much nicer, we are going to probably start using the tent more often again. The kids love to camp out in the tent. And then Joe and I, we love to just hang out in the tent and just relax outside with the crickets and just, it's so peaceful sitting back here near the woods where there's really not a whole lot of heavy traffic, not a whole lot of yelling or neighbors, or I mean, we do have a ton of neighbors, but they're all really quiet. So this is just a really peaceful spot, and we just love taking our time and just appreciating nature by sitting out in the tent and just hanging out for a while, playing on our phones, hanging out with the kids while they're in the pool or stuff like that. So this is definitely a favorite place for us, is this backyard. So the next day, I was able to get out here and go ahead and get the whole yard and the other property mowed. Normally, I'm not the one that does this. I'm usually the one that takes care of everything inside, or even just taking care of cleaning the vehicles and stuff like that. Joe and his dad are usually the ones who take care of the garbage outside, or the weed eating and the mowing and the pressure washing and all of that stuff. But with them being so busy with work, I decided to help them out. And honestly, I kind of like it because I've been learning how to use the zero turn mower. So I was able to take care of that for them. I did not do the ditch because I'm not comfortable with inclines yet. I'm I'm still learning the whole touchiness of a zero turn mower. So I'm getting there. I haven't gotten the confidence to do the ditches yet, but I am getting there. And other than the ditches, the only other thing that I did not do was weed eat, honestly, because I kind of don't know how to use the weed eater. I'm not great at it. I've never actually used one before. I see Joe do it all the time, and I know it could be super simple, and it's kind of self-explanatory, but I gotta leave a job for him, so I just stuck with the mowing.
I know it's a little bit too much for sure. So cold, but we're always coming.
So this spot here, and then on the other property next to the two really big trees that we have over there, was a ton of leaves. And I just got done the day before raking the backyard, and I did not want to rake again. So while I was mowing, I went ahead and used the blades to push all of the leaves up underneath the trees to kind of get them out of the yard and make it a little bit more together, so that when I did rake it up, it's all in one spot. It's already pretty much piled up, and it's going to make it a lot easier for me. So I just used the mower to blow the leaves into a controlled area. So that's what I did, and honestly, I think it worked really, really great.
For more egos in this wicked game, it's all for sure. Oh, I've got you. If we figured out what it's all about, takes a second and then we're back it again. Coaster ride for the triggered minds, but I don't ever want us to stop it. Go ahead, to let me smile from for all I care. Just wanna stay close, don't take that. Ain't gonna leave ya. I don't wanna sabotage. You're a million.
I know this video is definitely different, and there's a lot of mowing and outside stuff, and I really hope that it doesn't get boring for you. But the reason why I decided to stick with outside for this video is because outside of the house is still part of the house. I know that there is so much going on inside the house that has to be taken care of, and I do that, but taking care of the outside is just as important. So I figure it would be best to just go ahead and film everything that I do, including the mowing.
Explode every time you go and slam the door. Adore how we always end up on the floor. We know how to push the buttons to the core. I've got you. If we figured out what it's all about, takes a second and then we're back it again. Coaster ride for the triggered minds, but I don't ever want us to stop it.
Once once I was finished with all of the mowing, our yard and the extra property, I took the mower over to the shed and I broke out the air hose and I blew all of the dirt and the dust off of it. Try to maintain the equipment so that it lasts a lot longer. So I always clean it after I'm done. Either if it's a little wet outside, I will wash it down. But if it was dry like it was this day, I will just blow all of the dirt and dust off. And sometimes I'll give it a quick wipe down, but this time I wanted to just get it blowed off, and then I went to the car and rinsed the car off with water because it was totally covered with dust and grass and everything else. So I got all of that washed off, and then I didn't get it on camera, but I did dry the car off.
Just wanna stay close, don't say that ain't gonna leave ya. I don't wanna sabotage. You're a million.
Since the rest of this video was pretty simple, I wanted to keep the recipe relatively simple as well. So I'm just roasting chicken legs. I've got salt, pepper, or Lowry salt, which is seasoning salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, and paprika. And I'm just coating everything with all of the spices and olive oil, and then I'm going to roast it in the oven at 425 for 20 minutes, and then you're going to flip them over, and then another 20 to 30 minutes until they're done. And they come out so crispy and so good. And this is actually Joe's favorite piece of the chicken. So it's definitely a hit in this house. And I really hope that you guys try it. Really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it's definitely different than all my other videos, but I do love to add that outside element to what I do because I take care of everything, inside and outside. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Spring cleaning is here, so that is what we're going to start getting into. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video, and I will see you guys all next Saturday. So thank you so much for watching, and be awesome.